Welcome to the Latics Published podcast. My name is Don and I'm joined with Ben,
Hello.
Alex,
Hello.
and today we'll be focusing on tomorrow's big game against Stoke City. Alex, first and foremost, welcome back. And how do you think we will play against Stoke?
Well, firstly, I think that we'll play more like defensive in a way, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Coming into this game with more like back games from last meetings and games from what we've been expecting, defeats all the time, just not been good enough scoring goals. I think that we won't do it good again. I think it's just going to be a massive recap of the recent games, just not scoring goals and just not even pushing for the game.
Yeah, I agree. Ben, what are your thoughts, mate?
I think we'll suffer a heavy defeat again.
Yeah, same here. Personally, I do think we do have a chance of winning tomorrow, only because, we know it's over now. Stoke know that they can't get playoffs. They can't, the season's over for them. They've got mid-table, haven't they? Let's be honest.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
still a bit play to do.
Yeah, exactly.
just
So I
looking
think
at the
they're going to play their
stats.
academy players.
They've only won one in the last 5, and that's 4-0 to Coventry, 0-0 to Norwich, 0-0 to Birmingham, 2-1 loss against Bristol, and 2-1 loss against West Brom.
The only thing that worries me is that we got absolutely bullied by a terrible Blackpool team, and this Stoke team do play good football. So they could run rings around us. Anyway, Alex, big game, big players. Who do you think's going to play, lad?
Well, firstly, I'm going to go for a 3-4-2-1 from the Sheffield United game. I think we'll just need to go back to that again because only conceding one goal to them, who are just flying in the Championship this season, and changing the formation around against Swansea, I'm going back to the 3-4-2-1. I'm going to start with Ben Amos in goal. On the right side, I'm going to go for Omar Rekic, Jack Watmore, and Charlie Hughes. I'm going to go on the far left, James McLean. In midfield, I've got Christy and Max Power, and then I've got Tendai Derika on the far right. Then I've got in midfield, up near the striker, I've got Keenan Lang. And I'm being honest here, I don't think Fletcher will start. I'm starting with McGuinness, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I agree. What are your thoughts, Ben? What are your team?
I think we'll put Ben Amos in there.
Yeah.
And then Charlie Hughes and Stephen Colker.
Yeah.
At back. And then McLean, Power, Naylor, Christ, and Nyambe in the midfield. And then Keenan Lang at the front, so it's a 3-5-2.
Yeah, well, I've got a similar team to you, but, obviously we know Jack Watmore. Didn't he get stretchered off, was it?
Yeah, he did get injured.
We know that he's unavailable, so I've went for a 3-4-3. I've went for Amos in goal, Hughes, Nyambe, Rakik, McLean, Power, Naylor, Derika, Lang, Keane, and Asgard. Now, I'm aware that there's no real striker in that team, but I do think that team can score goals. We've got the creativity of Asgard and Lang.
We saw it from last season as well.
Exactly. We need Keane. Keane needs a bit of confidence, let's be honest, because the last few games he's been shocking. And I don't know if you guys have noticed, he looks like he's developing a bit of an attitude problem. He's always huffing and puffing, isn't he? And he's never really on the press.
Whenever he puts pressure on him, doesn't get the ball, he goes. He just sighs and just doesn't try again.
Yeah. Right, Alex. How do you think we do break down this Stoke team?
Well, firstly, it has to come from the midfield and the defence.
Exactly.
Because when we look at pace, again, games with pace it's absolutely just smashing us down. We're conceding goals in the early stages of the game, and we just don't look forward to the game. It looks like we're just going to lose, but if we just close them down from the midfield and defence, it could easily get a clean sheet by half time, and we just need to keep doing that all game because we have hope in this team because they're actually really good at defending some of the days on the team. But
yeah, exactly, I agree.
I can't see it with Stoke me tomorrow. I think they'll just have a rocket start tomorrow with goals just flying back in.
Well, they've got a really pacey front two. I think that's what they play. Dwight Gale and Tyreek or Tyrese Campbell. Ben, you've got some stats there.
Their midfield is absolutely crazy. So they've got that Campbell, goals, 5 assists this season.
Yeah.
Small Bone with 3 goals, 4 assists.
Yeah.
And that Brown, 7 goals, 1 assist. Gable with 3 goals, 5 assists.
See, they have got everything that we lack. They have goals around the team. We have to rely
Even
on
the defence is
individual players.
good.
Exactly. We have to rely on
the
individual
right back
players.
has got 4 goals.
Yeah, and he's only been there since January, hasn't he? He's a joke.
Yeah,
Came
he's
from
on
Wolves.
loan from Wolves.
So we've figured out Stoke's key players. Who do you think Wigan's key players could be tomorrow, Alex?
Well, firstly, I'm going to say Omar Rekik, to be honest, and maybe the midfield as well, to be honest with you, because Omar Rekik likes to push, doesn't he? And we need that by everyone, because the team needs like that commitment for everyone to start pushing, because I only can see Omar Rekik to start pushing. And if everyone starts playing together, like key players, like if Asgard comes on second half, them two will be just absolutely unreal. And Charlie Hughes especially with his long ball.
Yeah. So on that Rakik point as well, I don't know if you guys noticed against, I think it was Sheffield United. He was kind of playing as a left wing back, wasn't he? He was on the flanks.
Yeah, I saw that.
You don't see that with Nyambe or Hughes. I really like that with Rakik.
I think Rekik has got more passion than Nyambe. I think Rekik is pushing to try keep us up, even though there's no hope anymore in the other team. I think he's got hope.
Well, we know that Nyambe is useless going forward. It's harsh, but it's true. He's useless going forward.
Yeah.
So, Ben, who do you think our key players are going to be?
I think Naylor will start, and
I agree. I think he'll start.
He's normally good at staying back a bit and putting a foot in.
Well, I think He's going to be dropped tomorrow because the last few games he's been awful. He doesn't look like he wants to break a sweat, does he? So, on this point of our key players, right, we're going to go on to impact substitutions for Wigan. So, who do you think can really make an impact from the bench? Because we have got some players on the bench. Bringing on Fletcher later on, I know he looks useless, in 70 minutes, but coming on as an impact sub with the pace he has got, because he has got a lot of pace,
Yeah.
I think that's a good sub. What do you think?
I think it's a good sub, but I like Pierce getting subbed on.
I really like that. Alex, what are your thoughts?
Too. I think that when you was about Fletcher, if McGuinness is getting tired and he's looking lazy, bringing on Fletcher for the last 20 minutes of the game could make a bigger impact. Because if they're getting later tired in defence, then Ashley Fletcher absolutely just uses all his pace. You could get some good impact on his performance from recent games where he's been dead sloppy. But as well, when Ben said Tom Pierce, especially McLean doesn't look fast enough, doesn't he? And example, if he actually gets subbed for once, not in a mean way, but we can absolutely get so much pace on them left and so much crosses for the strikers to just finish off and score.
Well, I'm just looking at our bench against Blackpool, Colquitt, Deriqua, Jones, McGuinness, Pierce, Teehee and Fletcher. There are a bunch of players that I would play. Deriqua, bringing him on, maybe start it. I'd start him and, bring an arm.
I'd bring on Colquitt, mate. He looks like a solid defender, but I don't think we're playing him.
I think Colquitt is very good, when you're winning, when you need a defender to tighten things up.
Yeah, he's had his days, obviously. It's not Liverpool, Tottenham.
Yeah.
Liverpool, Southampton.
Alex, on your point of you wanting McGuinness starting, what do you think he can offer? Because, he's, give him the right service. He's good.
Yeah, well, with McGuinness as well, especially when we have a goal kickers and he jumps up for an header, example, and it passes it back to the midfield, he's a massive impact with all this. He's always massive. He's always aggressive, and I'm he needs to do this more. You remember when he got his first goal against West Brom?
Yeah. That was a very good goal as well.
It was so aggressive. He was so strong. He put that defender on ground. He needs to do this. He's got hope.
Exactly. I'm looking at the Stoke team as well. It's quite a young team. So the veterans in this Wigan team, you know, such as Derico, you know, I won't call him a veteran, but, you know, he's got experience, you know, experience at this level. You know, they've got a young team, you know, Campbell, Smallbone, Brown, you know, John Sterling, you know, another former Wigan player. Josh Lauren, another former Wigan player. They've got a few former Wigan players, and you know what that means, didn't you? It means they're going to score. You know, Nick Powell, he's bound to score.
Yeah.
You know,
I've got a
Dwight
question
Gale.
for you, Dom.
Go on.
What do you think Callum Lang's been a flop this season?
I do, but I think in a way it's good if we do get relegated. I would definitely keep Lang. And the reason why is he can use this as a learning experience because, you know, in the Championship, he's looked like a kid playing against men. Let's be honest. He's been getting bullied. You know, at the start of the season, I don't know if you all noticed, he was very, very, very good at, you know, holding the ball, shielding the ball. But, you know, he's not scored many, but he's a good player.
Yeah, I'm looking. I think he's scored 0. I don't know. Wait. No, he's not. He scored 1 this season.
Wasn't that against Huddersfield?
In 31 matches.
Good goal, that.
Yeah.
Cool. You know, his confidence is in the gutter, isn't it?
Yeah, Alex, what do you think about Callum Lang flop this season?
Well, firstly, since Stoke were like after him in the summer this season, I was like, this player could seriously do some experience and like show off what he can do. Because honestly, when you mentioned Don as well, especially at the start of the season, he was actually a really good player on the right wing.
Yeah,
he was
exactly.
Shielding the ball, he was actually winning. He was so passionate to fans and everything. He was just so many good.
He was a fan favourite, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was so good. And I'm like, when it's coming closer to the end of the season where Liam Richardson's got sacked, I think he's going to start. He was starting to drop.
Yeah,
and
I think under Liam Richardson, Lang was thriving. Let's be honest, you know.
Yeah. Liam, he was unbelievable.
Liam was bringing out a player that we haven't seen under Maloney, and I don't know if that will affect Lang's performances next season because I feel that Maloney's giving Lang a way to play that doesn't suit him. But next season, you know, maybe with Maloney players, we might play to suit him. Maybe build around him. I'm not sure. What are your thoughts on that, Ben?
I think from Sean Maloney coming in this season, he's not got any of his own to play, like getting play. It's got Liam Richardson players and Colo Torres. He's not had his opportunity to buy or loan players in.
Yeah, Alex, what are your thoughts on that?
Have some.
What was the question again? Sorry, please.
What's it called? You know, Callum Lang under Liam. You know, he done very well. How do you think he's going to cope next season under Maloney? Because he is playing a way that doesn't suit him at the moment.
Well, especially in being in League One with Callum Lang next season, and the season before when we won the title and all that, I thought he could show it again because he actually still suits League One at this moment in time because he's still young.
Yeah, exactly. And he thrives at League One.
Yeah, and if he has a championship if he was to join Stoke, Watford, sorry, I don't think he'll do good as well. He'll be like us again in the championship. But if he's in Maloney League One next season and get plenty of training, I reckon I could see these memories again from him. Because when he did that goal against Fleetwood, I remember last season, and honestly, he's such a good player. Honestly, he's so good. Like, he needs to start playing striker again in League One because, honestly, like, he just drives his team in League One. Because, honestly, how many goals did he get last season?
It was,
I think.
While Ben's looking at the stats, who do you think would really, really thrive in League One next season from this current team? Who do you think would thrive?
He got 15 goals.
15 goals from
last season.
See, that's what we need from him next season.
Exactly.
Again. He's so good. We need to see him again like this because that's absolutely unreal. That seeing Keane and Lang getting so many goals just like that.
Yeah, and that's what's annoying me, you know, because last season, you know, with McLean, you know, he got a fair few goals last season. A lot of players was chipping in with goals. You know, I think through our front four, because Humphries was there as well. There must have been about 50, maybe pushing 60 goals between them. They were really clinical and pivotal, but that's what we lack at this level. And I do think I made a point. I do think if we did stay up this season, it would be a disaster because all of the players out of contract, they're going to leave. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
we don't have enough money to rebuild with Championship players. I do think that we need to go down, except that we're terrible into Championship. We haven't got Championship players. Bring players in, develop them, and have a good, maybe finish top. That's a push. Get some income, get some income from the fans, and winning the league, obviously. And in the Championship, just get players that are proven at that level, and we have a chance of staying up. What are your thoughts, Alex? Go on, Ben. What was you going to say?
I think as well. With like all the loans and that at the minute, I think we'll get Daniel Sinani on perm.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's happened with the Miguel Aziz situation because he's been quiet since.
Yeah, it's weird. That was a Kolo Touré signing, wasn't it? Well, it was a Kevin Betsy signing, with the assistant coach. He was the Arsenal under 21 coach, I want to say. I'm not sure. But, he obviously developed him at Arsenal. That's why he brought him in. Yeah. Anyway, we're just going to move on to the McLean abuse situation. What are your thoughts on that, Alex?
Well, firstly and foremost, I know it wasn't the greatest season by him, but I see no need doing all this, because I know, like, the situation, what's going on around now. It's just truly unacceptable because he always posts on his Instagram, like, all this stuff. And I'm like, he gets angry and, like, I can seem like it's just annoying, to be honest with you, because fans absolutely give him big. I know I mentioned his family name, but I actually feel really bad for his family. Like them,
I agree.
Like from that Sunderland game, especially where his kids heard it as well, dissing his name out, and I'm like, it's so unacceptable. They should be banned from football games. And like when he was taking a corner and he failed it, like there's just so much not need doing this because I know it's his last season before he goes Derry next season and he retires. Though, I'm like, it's not his fault. Like it's having his bad season. It's everyone, especially on this team. Like, why can teams like from this championship just keep the noises out of what we're doing with our players?
Well, football's a team game as well, isn't it? And and you're putting all your abuse on one player. What are your thoughts, Ben?
I've not really seen. Well, I only saw the recent one because of you, Dom, and his recent Instagram post. Yeah. But to be honest, I think it's absolutely disgusting because people are like saying, "Oh, fuck the IRA and stuff like that."
Oh, yeah.
But that's his country, and that,
exactly. And
that's not his fault that he was born in Ireland.
And what the weird thing is about it as well, Blackpool had an Ireland player playing, so you're singing about the IRA
and
when you've literally your own player. It baffles me, but honestly, onto a good note. We get the podcast done tomorrow. We will be back tomorrow after the Stoke game. Hopefully, we'll be in a good mood. But what are your score predictions first and foremost? Alex, go on.
Are you ready?
Go on.
3-0 Stoke.
Ben?
2-0 Stoke.
I am going to go for the 1-0 Wigan.
Really?
Oh.
I agree. It's out
there. Dom? Can you check it out?
Right. You'll see
Deriqua goal.
Deriqua. Right, you'll see me change my mind by second half if we lead 1-0 half time. Is it on Sky?
Yeah, it is. Yeah. It's on the red button.
Right. I reckon if Deriqua scores, £10 in your PayPal.
Sound.
Yeah, sound. I agree. Thanks, guys.
All right, see you later. Subscribe.
Thank you very much for listening to a Latics Published podcast today, reviewing the Stoke game. We will be back at full-time whistle. We don't know who will be joining us, but Alex, I'm sure you'll be there, won't you?
I'll be there if you want me to.
Yeah, I'll be there too.
Right, so we'll all be here. Anyway, thank you very much for listening. Make sure to subscribe and like this video. And thank you very much. And we'll end it there. Thank you very much, guys.
Take it easy.
There we go.
Absolutely sexy.
That was good.
Wait, does it just record?
I think you just leave recording.
You just leave it and then send it to the group chat.
Right, let me. I'll finish recording now.
All right.